Hello, everybody. This is Jason F. Smith, the creator of the Shades of Intimacy and Modern Day Warrior Intensives, found at shadesofintimacy.com. Welcome to today's daily download edition of the podcast, where our topic is practice feeling out. Practice feeling out. All right, sit back, relax, and welcome to the podcast. Okay, so today I am in a little hotel room. It's actually not a little room. The only room they had was this big suite. So it's got like this kitchen, a kitchen table, a huge couch, a desk, and one bedroom off with its own bathroom, big king size bedroom, and then another bedroom like 3 times the size with 2 king size bedrooms, its own private bath, and it's just me. So I'm living like a king down here at the Residence Inn in Orange County, California, San Juan Capistrano, I believe. I'm here to do a podcast with Coach Sam Falsafi tonight for Wake Up Warrior. He calls it Parables from the Pit Warrior Week. Yep, Parables from the Pit Warrior Week. So I'm sitting in this big suite, and I've got a little bit of time before I go over and do the podcast. And I am taking a moment here as I'm sitting here to think about my wife. And so you've probably been in one of these situations where you're traveling, right? Or your wife is traveling, or your husband, if you're a woman listening to this, and they're gone and you can think about them. But did you know that you can practice feeling them? Yeah, it's a practice that you can do to feel out to your loved ones. Now, most parents, right? Most parents can do this intuitively. Mothers are really good about feeling their children, right? It's that intuitive sense. But fathers have it too, just as much with their children. But sometimes what gets overlooked is the idea that you can feel out to your partner. So what you want to do is get a little quiet and deepen your breath. Deepen your breath. And then soften your heart. So what does it mean when I say soften your heart? I'm going to say that a lot. 5 years ago, I was saying soften your heart. 10 years ago, I was saying it. I'll probably be saying it 30 years into the future. Soften your heart. So your heart is this big beating mass of muscle in your chest. And it's often where men in particular, but more and more women in today's day age, we put shields up. We get tough. We constrict. We go to a closed position. If you want to feel what a closed position is take your shoulders and roll them forward and bring your hands together, your elbows together. So if you were to continue this process, you would turn into a fetal ball. But you can only do it, as you're standing, you just do it a little bit. That little motion is a protective motion. Now, you can do this even in public. Like you can just be in public and you can watch people, well, they'll wince short, the shoulders will come forward, the hands, everything comes to a close, comes in towards center. You can see people do this very subtly even. So practice that, feel that, and then practice the opposite. Pull your shoulders back and you're exposing your chest. Now you can do this, stand up and do it like Hercules, whoa! Or you can just do it small, slow, subtle outward exposure of the heart. So you outward expose the heart. So you're a warrior here, man or woman, you're a warrior whose heart is exposed. There's a position of strength in this. The position of closure is actually a position of weakness. You're cowering. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually cowering. So you're standing there, and don't worry, I have not forgot about feeling out to our partner. But to feel out properly to our partner, it requires us to subtly open a little. Open. Just pull back a little. Pull your shoulders back. Pull your elbows back. Pull your hands open. If you had your hands over your heart, you would open them wide. That would be an exaggerated gesture. But you can do this. You can be on the train. You can be in a taxi. You can be in a board meeting. You can just pull back slightly. And that softens the heart. That literally softens the heart. And then you put your attention on your heart and feel it. You feel it. You'll know immediately when you feel your heart. And it might be really hard. Some people cannot feel their hearts. I get it. I was one of those. I had my heart closed and locked down, and like a Brinks truck, you couldn't feel it. It took people pounding on my chest before I could even do it. But you can practice. You can practice, and you don't shame yourself if you can't, but you just practice open. You feel that heart. And when that opens, you can immediately, at that point in time, is to feel out to the heart. Put your focus on the heart of your loved one. And if you're closed, you won't be able to feel her heart or his heart if you're doing this, if you're a woman. If your partner has hurt you recently, it might be double hard to do this. So you could practice feeling out to someone who hasn't hurt you. You could just you could feel your child. You could feel a friend. You can feel anyone this way. You can feel your pets. You can even feel, ta-da, strangers. You can just feel them. And it only takes a little bit of practice, unless you got a Brinks heart that's closed like mine was, but to open softly. And when you feel someone else's heart in your body, you will feel what they're feeling. Just a touch of it. Just a little touch. It's the coolest thing. It is really, literally like ninja skills. And if you add a little deep breath, don't I always talk about the breath, right? It's a little breath to it. You can feel them. So right now, as I'm talking to you, I am pulling my shoulders back a little, softening my heart, and feeling my wife, Jennie's heart, where she's up in Utah. That's simple. You're just staying connected with something. It's a form of connection, and it can be a form of care as well, because if you feel them in that moment, they might need a phone call, or they might need, a text. You could feel maybe something's going on. Most of the time, we can feel where our loved ones are at, energetically or emotionally, on some basic level, as long as we soften our hearts first. Now, translate this to while you're making love. Okay? Eyes looking into each other's eyes, heart soft, feeling her moment by moment for like sustained time. An hour, 2, 3. And the connection can become intense and deep. But you start by practicing. Very simple. You're a warrior. You live the warrior's way. You stand tall and you pull your shoulders back, let you expose your heart, man or woman. You feel your own heart. You get in touch with your own heart, your own feelings. Good, bad, ugly, sad, happy, lustful, anger, rage, all of it. You can feel it. It softens. It sparks when it does. You feel it. At that moment, you feel your partner's heart, and there's connection. Just like that. Okay, brothers, sisters, ladies, and gentlemen, that's all I got for you today, though I do have an assignment. I have an action step. Practice this. Why not? At least practice pulling your shoulders back and feeling what? Feeling your heart soften. At least start down that path, and then start to practice feeling other people. It's non-invasive. You're not jabbing into them. Final thing to say. You're not jabbing into them. You're softening your heart first. And that touch on them is light. It's just awareness. Okay, brothers and sisters, you have your assignment. Get practicing. If you have any questions, reach out. Jennie and I will be happy to have a conversation with you. Until then, I'm checking out.